One of Wiisdom here. It is 3:40 in the morning. That's right, 3:40 in the morning. It's Monday night, early Tuesday. And I hope that you enjoy these videos, you learn something from them, and you leave a like, because I should be asleep right now. I'm not. I'm cranking these videos out. I will be out of town for Thanksgiving and probably into the weekend. And so I'm trying my best to have these videos stacked up for you and cover the time I'll be gone, which again, it's a situation if I get back into town Saturday or Sunday. I need videos for that time, but then I also need them for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so on and so forth. And as you know, or if you don't know, I'm probably the only person that does Skylanders videos that is not in a third-party partnership, and therefore I get cross-promoted over. That started happening around the end of Giants and into Swap Force, and it really sucks because instead of going by the audience that the person has earned from their videos, or just having a functional title that can be found in the search engine like Hood Sickle, that's a Swell Gravity Well upgrade path with attack damage number. Anytime you have something that starts to do well, people in partnerships come in and they pay to promote their videos over the top of yours, and then they feature their videos in your playlists in the sidebar, and instead of going from Skylanders Imaginators Part 1 to Skylanders Imaginators Part 2 in my playlist, you're probably going to go to some other person that's in a partnership. And that really sucks for me. So if you want to help me fight the system, you can like the videos, which I think is ridiculous, but that's how this nutty system seems to work. And more importantly, you can tell your friends about my channel. There's not really many people that do the things that I do with this game, that invest the time that I invest with this game, and that have done it so long. That's the other thing. I've been here since SSA. I picked it up because I like it. There's a lot of people, and when people watch my blind playthrough and the live streams and, see me go in and throw down my favorite characters from the past, I've gotten a lot of comments like, hey, I really like your style. You don't seem fake. That's another thing. Believe it or not, some of these people on YouTube play games that they think will get views. Hold your breath so they get more money. Yeah. I don't do that. If there's a game that I don't like, I don't play it. I know of many games I could be playing right now that would get far more views than Skylanders Imaginators, and that would potentially bring new people to my channel and have them subscribe. But the fact of the matter is, I don't fake things. If somebody tells me to play a game and I pick it up and try it, and I think it sucks, I'm going to have that one video telling you how much I think this game sucks and how I wish I wouldn't have spent the money on it, and I'm going to go back to what I like. So if I'm content with NES and SNES titles, and Vector Man and Sonic the Hedgehog, that's who I am, and I don't change for people. I don't do it for money, I don't do it for views, I don't do it for subscribers, I do it for me. If people like what I do, they'll like what I do. If I play Stardew Valley and you hate it, don't watch it. It's something that genuinely ticks me off is the way partner channels are given an upper edge. Like, you would think, since I'm just with YouTube, they might be like, well, yeah, this guy's something, because he's not taking one of those third-party things and signed his soul away, in hopes of making a little extra money. We should treat him decent. Nope, I just get screwed over, and quite frankly, it sucks. Again, if they would just leave it a level playing field, and then the people that want to go and upload Soul Gem videos, as they call them, which is like a 15-second cutscene from the frickin' menus of the game, they're not going to last very long, but instead YouTube and Google just stack them at the top, and it's pretty dang ridiculous, I'm not going to lie. And when it gets this late, I can ramble about whatever the frick I want to. So, plus Crankcase's bottom path was extremely hard to make sense of in terms of documenting it. And I had to come down here to even try and figure it out. And I think this is a good spot for Hood Sickle. Again, he's Dark Element now. He was previously Undead. He still retains many of the Undead touches that made him such a lovable bad guy. And we're going to start off down here and see how it goes. So, previously, and it's been a while with him, on Halloween, I actually wanted to go, or I guess it wasn't Halloween, but I wanted to go through the Dark Sensei realm so we would have his Soul Gem, and we've done that, and we'll get our first look at it here. And we took him down 6 Sickles and Darker Dislocation, and it was a pretty decent path, I have to say. My logic here, if I ever get Steel-Plated Smash hit, as weird of the color scheme and as not steel plated as I would think it would be, it's one of those things where I feel like he would be better suited for 6 Sickles. And then Standard Hood Sickle, who looks amazing, by the way, in his standard form, I think ties in better aesthetically with That's a Swell Gravity Well. That's literally what I base this on, and I still don't have steel plated, in part because my local Best Buy is a horrible store and it's an ashtray essentially inside and out, and I mean that literally in the figurative sense, or literal sense, that there's smokers everywhere. Right inside and right outside, and then the inside smells like an ashtray, and I hate that. I'm allergic to it, and I'm not going to go spend my hard-earned money at their store until they change, and they probably won't, so they're not going to get my $10 or $15. But the good news is I like Hood Sickle standard form anyway, so we're going to rock with that. But now that we've gotten that out of the way at 3:45 a.m.
My skills are clearly on the cutting edge.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't seen steel plated in person in hand, because I did try to get him, to my credit. That's how I know how cruddy my Best Buy still is. And of course they didn't have it, which that's basically, hi, I'm an employee and I don't feel like going back into the back and finding it in the boxes that we have that should have been out already but aren't because we have mismanagement. But I'm going to go back here, grab a drink real quick, and come back and tell you I can't find it. So, yeah, that's a good way for me to not do business with you. But he looks amazing, and let me see if I can showcase this for you. So this path was pretty good, and he looks right at home there. But my thoughts were, if I did have steel plated, as strange as that aesthetic is, I just can't see steel plated doing the gravity well thing. You know, I could see him easier up here, and that's how I made my decision. I tell you what, though, Sky Chi Power is Scythe Sickle, and we know what this does, but we're going to go ahead and showcase it real quick. We've already done that, but it'll... Oh, I can't do it here. That's right. That's one of the reasons I don't stay down here, isn't it? It makes no sense to me why you can't execute your Sky Chi on the map, but whatever. So scratch that plan.
The afterlife.
Alright, let's just get started here. Longer and Stronger, that'll be up first for That's a Swell Gravity Well. What do you need to pick up either the top or the bottom? You need 6,900 cash. The Soul Gem is 4,000. Path plus Soul Gem, 10,900. That said, again, we've already taken this, and it was uploaded a while back. 6 Sickles and Darker Dislocation. Focus on upgrading Dark Dislocation and the enhancements that come with Remnant Absorption. And like I said, I'm pretty content with that path. It's been a while since I played as him, but we're going to go down That's a Swell Gravity Well and hope that it's good, because I hate resetting these characters and having to go back to the Sensei Shrines. True story. That's fine. Alright, Longer and Stronger. Gravity Well does more damage and lasts longer. Before we go into that, let's make this thorough. If I press Y, we had 4 hits of 25 to 38. I can put one, well, that's a bad example. We'll put one there, and we'll put one here. So you can have 2 of them active at the same time, essentially. As you can see, it's our tertiary upgrade. We picked it up there, and Detonate Gravity Wells. So if we press Y in quick succession, let's go ahead and showcase that. Pretty cool. You get the little animation there where he slams the scythe down, and 41 to 62 on the explosion. And note that they will both detonate at the same time. This is such a strange angle. I don't remember it quite being like this. Is there a way I can rectify that? Like, I thought we used to be able to see both dummies better than this. Guess not. But, anyway, we'll make the most of it. So, Gravity Wells do more damage and last longer. Current counts, you know, which it's not exactly scientific, but the way I counted, roughly 4 seconds. But what I prefer to go by, when possible, is how many hits it will do. And as you saw there, it was 4 hits, so that's what we're going to go with. But what do I love about this right off the bat? Increase in duration, increase in damage. Anytime you have that, it is a win-win situation. So, here we go. Let's go ahead. that 7? For some reason I stopped counting at 6. I think it was 7, which I kind of thought it would be 6 or 8. Maybe that's what my deal was. 41 to 62 though, so that's a pretty nice increase there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay, well, simple enough. So longer and stronger. 41, half of that is going to be 20.5, which is 21, which is 62, which we saw, which was cool. Having a critical hit actually appear before us, that's a good sign. And it will be a 7x. Question now is if we detonate it, will it still do the 41? Whoops, wrong button. That was Nintendo. Sorry. Wait. Okay, I think it's just hitting off another hit of 41. Yeah, so it did increase. 41 to 62, 7x, and then detonate is going to be 63, right? Yeah, so 63, half of that will be 31.5, which we'll call 32, which will be 95. And that's pretty significant. So if we throw this here, and throw that there, and you get the idea. I kind of botched that, but we've got one there, one there. Why am I doing that? Alright, let's try this again. I'm going to shoot. It didn't do what I wanted it to. I'm trying to hone in on that dummy. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. There we go. So I think it would be a little better of a scenario if we had like real-time enemies, you know, but that worked. So 41 to 62 7 times, and you can detonate 63 to 95. Pretty potent for that first upgrade there. Plus it just looks really good with standard hit sickle. So now warp pulse is a thing. Hit the gravity well with your war scythe for a shower of war scythes. Really? So exfoliating. Well, okay, this could be big. Let's see. Putting one over here. Oh, no way. Is that 25? Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Okay. So you can kind of set it up as like a shield in front of you, and we can just go to town here. It's not homing in on anybody, but what does the pattern? Is it just 4 from the middle? Let's see. We had the 2Y off. It's 5, isn't it? Let me see. I feel like we're sending 2 on either side of the well. 2, you know, straight out from us, and then 1 back towards me. So kind of like a star pattern. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Alright, I'll take that. So warp pulse. Hit well with scythe. 5 projectiles exit at 25 to 30. It's basically a star pattern, you know, I guess is what we could call it, but we won't. So that's not a horrible setup. So again, you can have 2 wells active at a time, and you get the idea here. We're making that 10. So essentially what that's going to mean, say that we've got a horde of enemies up here and they're rushing us, okay? So I put out well 1, I don't detonate it. I put out well 1, I wait a little bit, put out well 2. I stand in the middle and start swinging. The wells do not detonate. That doesn't speed, you know, it doesn't like decrease their duration or their time frame here that they're with us. I do damage with my scythe if anything comes at me. The gravity wells are going to be doing damage. When the gravity wells do expire, they explode and do additional damage, but the whole time I'm sitting here spamming my scythe with the wells around me or in front of me, we shoot out those projectiles at 25 to 38. So, to kind of put some numbers to that, where would we be? Gravity well, extended dislocation, dark combo. I mean, 40 to 60, we'll just go with the base number. 40 to 60 plus 41 from the gravity well. We'll just go 1 hit, essentially. That puts us at 81. And then if we hit somebody with the projectiles, we would be at 106. And then if we got the explosion, we would have 106 plus 63. So 169, worst case scenario, and it's going to be higher than that. That's just like one instance of each. So that's pretty salty. 60 on the critical side for the standard scythe swing. Plus the critical of longer and stronger, 62, that's 122. The detonation would then be 317. And then the projectile would be 320, 355. So, I mean, somewhere in that range, and then multiple times, right? We've got these gravity wells that are now lasting for 7 hits. I mean, 4 to 5 scythe swings, we'll say, make it through. Multiply everything I just told you times 4 or 5, and that's some pretty impressive damage output right there.
Are clearly on the cutting edge.
Lastly, we have got Explosive Dash. Detonate the gravity well by attacking it with Dark Dislocation, that's our secondary dash attack, to trigger a large explosion of dark energy. Okay. I'm excited by a large explosion. Alright, so this is our dash attack, if you didn't recall. The orbs will increase our damage. Let's make sure we're still doing 52. Yeah, that's fine. Let me have that expire. If you don't recall, from the dash, we have like the one tap at 46, you have 1, 2 at 59, and then if you go 3, he automatically launches himself at 73. Still just have the 2 orbs, but I mean, you get the idea. Something else I want to check before we go off. If I dash, well, we can't do that. Let me just get the orbs over here. Will this change the projectile damage? Oh, dang it. It's going to be such a pain. No, it does not. So it's still 25, even with the orbs on the side. However, you do have to factor in that instead of doing 40, we would be doing 52 if we structured it in that manner. However, what we want to do now, let's make sure we're far enough away we won't ruin the damage. Dash. Ooh. So I'll do 52 here. The radius was not huge on that. Let's put this one close by. Oh, I see a 73 and a 91. So the 73 is from the dash, as we just covered, luckily. That was a nice refresher for you when we do the 3 taps. And then the 91 must actually be our explosion, which is a pretty substantial little gain there, I have to say. So let's try this time and just do the 1 tap, which should be 46. Yeah, 91. That's looking pretty good. So half of that's going to be 45.5, which we can call 46. 91 and 46 will be, what, 97, 137? Let's see if we can ever see that lovely critical hit of 137. And this is a really cool, I mean, the way like the earth just shakes beneath us. I like that. 137, yay, we saw it. Okay, so explosive dash 91 to 137. I'm not going to argue with that. That seems pretty cool. So let's take a gander at our handiwork here.
The afterlife.
Detonates gravity well. Yeah, and the cool thing about doing that is then you get the orbs because you did the dash, and you can, then come in, spawn off another gravity well or 2, use the increased damage on the scythe. It all works together fairly well. So to sort of recap this for you, longer and stronger, alright, we basically go from 4 ticks of damage at 25 to 38, to 7 ticks of damage at 41 to 62, and then the detonation, which was previously 41 to 62, is now 63 to 95. Very, very nice start to That's a Swell Gravity Well. Coming over here to Warp Pulse, we've got a situation where if we swing the scythe, there's sort of a star pattern, 5, think of like a pentagon or something, projectiles that shoot out and will deal 25 to 38. Obviously, we've got that gravity well for roughly 7 ticks of damage, so as many times as you can hit it, and you can also have 2 gravity wells that you can hit with the same scythe. Again, exponential gains here. And then the explosive dash that we just showcased, the explosion is 91 to 137, but you also get the dash damage, which it's kind of sad that didn't go up. Like our 3 dashes, 46, 59, 73. It is the same, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So dash 1, 59, and then 73. Okay. So that part is sort of sad. If it would have upgraded that as well, it would have been super cool. There's another crit for us. That's nice. But you do spawn in your, shadow orbs, if you will, and you can gain from that. Pretty straightforward path, which is nice. We've been having some doozies here as of late. But I will take it. And, ladies and gentlemen, we are not done. We've got the soul gem. I've never seen this, because when we did his base upgrades and 6 sickles, top path if you will, we did not have this thing. We had not been through the Dark Realm. We did not have access to it. That's why I didn't do it on Halloween, actually, now that I think about it. So I unlocked it, what was it, after chapter 3 or 4, I'm thinking. Regardless, we got access to it. We went through it immediately. If you haven't seen that, I live streamed it. I exported over to YouTube. But I know we've got a lot of Nightmare and Blackout fans. Those are the 2 characters that went through the said Dark Realm. We also did the Light Realm. We used Nightlight and Spotlight if you'd like to see them in action. But Scythe NATO is our soul gem. It'll set us back 4,000. Attack a gravity well with your War Scythe, which we're going to be doing that anyway on this path. I mean, like right there, that's what that whole upgrade is. But attack a gravity well with your War Scythe to create a tornado that shoots War Scythes. Okay. That's makes this path even better. So, gravity well, War Scythe, still have our projectiles. Oh lord, and then it comes. And it's got better homing abilities. And it lasts a long time. What was that? What was that explosion about? They didn't advertise that. Okay, this is fantastic. Alright, here we go. Wait, it didn't do any explosion damage that time? What's the deal? The first time, I felt like I saw 319 or something. Okay, let's put it back over here. Oh, maybe it was 38. But it does look cool when it goes away. I guess that's what it probably was. So, now the thing about the soul gem is, we can do that, see? Oh, it'll only allow 1. I gotcha. But it's there for a long time. Let's put 2 in again. And, okay, yeah. And it does seem to throw projectiles out in any direction. So I guess we'll try to count it first, just the actual time on it. Dadgum, that is not what I wanted. Let me get rid of that. Okay. So... like roughly 10 seconds, a little bit longer. The thing is, when it first spawns in, it's sort of doing the same thing we do, like this 5-star pattern. But then once it sort of registers, hey, the targets are over here, it seems to go to town and just unload on them. What I want to do now, though, is spawn that in and dash so we can get these spawning in again. Well, let's still do 25. Yeah, it's not impacted by how we hit it. So, Let's go 10 seconds, roughly. 25 to 38. I'm only yawning because it's 4:04 a.m. It's not because I'm not enjoying my time here. So 25 to 38 for 10 seconds. That's basically the same as what we had with the warp pulse. This just lasts longer, and it sort of nullifies that, really. I mean, the thing is, when we first do this, we get the 5 that shoot out, and then the tornado follows that pattern until it, like, AI sort of active hones in on these things. So let's try to count the ticks of damage. That was roughly 22 that hit. We had some that were shot ahead of time, but there were 22 hits of damage there. I'm going to go ahead and put that. 10 seconds, roughly. I want to put that. Roughly 10 seconds. 22. Roughly 10 seconds and 22 hits at 25 to 38. So I've got to say, if you were on the top path, 6 Sickles and Darker Dislocation, this would be a nice addition to that because it's basically giving you Warp Pulse, our second upgrade down this path.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't dash and do that, you know. So, and like I said, we can have 2 active. And the sad thing for us is, I guess this would apply to the top path too. What happens if I spawn it? Oh, you can. Okay, did you see what I did there? If we come in and I've got 1 well, 2 wells, and we hit both, it makes 1 tornado, and you're like, oh, my second well. But look, I can get a second well in here. Can I have 2 wells with a tornado? I don't think so. There's the tornado. Well 1. Well 2? No. So when you do a second well, it's actually going to just completely do away with your Soul Gem tornado. But hey, you know, it's pretty cool. I may, again, like I said, it's been a while since we've done Hood Sickle. Who are you advertising? Is it going to be Hood Sickle? Every time I see this guy, it's off camera, usually, and he's like pushing the Skylander that I'm currently using. Most recently with Ambush the other night. Okay. That's cool. Nope. We've got her covered. We've done her path. We know everything about Chopscotch. So here we go. We're going to hop in here just so I can show you his Sky Chi. And play with the dummies. Because these are some pretty cool attacks, actually. There's that Banana Man taunting me. I've got Reset Me, the Quick Shot Troll, made so I can create Banana Guy, but I don't get those parts ever. So here we go. Sad if you're like, man, why is he slow? Well, this is his in-game speed. He is not the quickest character. But what can you say? He's a Reaper carrying a giant, you know, double-edged scythe. I should say double-ended would be the appropriate terminology there. So, what do we want to do first? Just a complete recap, I guess? There's a Gravity Well. It's going to wreck this guy in and of itself. Yeah, it really did. So, here's a Gravity Well. We're going to dash through it. Oh, that knockup. Oh, that's awesome. We're slaughtering these guys. Okay. I'm thinking we can experience some great knockback here. We're going to place this. Oh, yeah. Amazing. And then we pick up the orbs. You can kind of see now how this provides more of an in-game type of a feel than down with the dummies. Yet the dummies have their place. It's I wish the dummies were here, like right down below, and I wish the switch was over here or a button or something. But I wish they weren't so far. I would love to have dummies in multiple locations, but I would also like to have the dummies with the, you know, New Age Greeble Dispenser training dummy dropper sort of design. So, you've seen Longer and Stronger. Let's actually detonate a well. Haven't done that And he goes flying still. And we'll finish him off there. He is dead, right? Okay. No, he's not. Screw you. He's dead now. Alright. And what I love about Hoodsickle the most is his jump slam. It's amazing. And it does extra damage, which is cool. But we've seen the explosive dash and its knockback. We've seen detonating a gravity well that's also longer and stronger. Now it's time to showcase Warp Pulse, which conveniently ties in with Scythe NATO, the Soul Gem. Let's get several of these clowns in here. And I'm going to get that. I'm going to hit it. And let's see what the Soul Gem does to these guys. It's finally honed in on them. Look at the fury. I mean, they can't even hit me. That does a little bit of knockback to it. So we still got 3 left. Spawn in another gravity well. We'll do that. Everyone's dead, but it looks cool. Can I detonate the tornado? Let's actually check that out. Well, dang it. Well 1. Well 2. Wait. Okay. Well 1. Tornado. Well 2. Detonate well 2. Okay. So that'll just do the same as I thought. It will take it away. Now, Sky Chi. Let's refresh it. Dun-dun. Scythe style. Basically, what this is going to do, 46 to 69 and 97 to 146. So, check it out. We're going to get 4 of these guys in here because it's basically going to eradicate them completely from the face of the earth. No one will ever remember they existed for these few seconds.
May the void have mercy on you. Darkness consumes all.
Yeah, that's that's pretty salty. So 46 to 69, sort of on that initial like upheaval slam or whatever you want to call it. And then 97 to 146 on everything else. Sadly, you do have to wait for the meter to refill before you can use it again. But I don't know. I wish I had gotten to do these paths closer together because I'm honestly having a hard time. I'm looking at the damage numbers. Basically 64 to 96, 76 to 114, and then 80 to 120, and I had great radius with knockback for Dark Stinger. Let's come in here.
I'm in right now? The afterlife.
Drop 4 remnants. X absorb them, gain an extra spin. More speed, more damage. 6. Dun-dun-dun. And then the last spin, powerful shockwave. I think I really liked that part. I think I'm going to keep him on the gravity well, actually. It's a shame, though, that Warp Pulse, as cool as that was, it's basically overridden by Scythe NATO. And the reason that sucks, it's not like a horrible thing, you know, because you still get the effect of this and then it just turns into the Soul Gem. But what's sad to me is that was totally unique to this path, and now if you come back up top to 6 Sickles and Darker Dislocation, they've got 3 of their own standalone upgrades, and then Scythe NATO, the Soul Gem, comes into play, and it's almost like they got this. So it's almost like you've got 3 moves versus 2 moves, because this gives the top path your second upgrade. Bye, Cortana? What? I don't even know what I did to trigger that. It's been a strange night at 4:13 in the morning. So yeah, I'm going to end this on that strange and dark, dislocative note. But I think I will keep him on this path and see how we like it. Obviously the top path I think I was a pretty fond of as well. But this one is going to be... The top one is fairly unique given the remnant aspect. But this is definitely the more unique path, and I think it looks really sinister with Hoodsickle, given that he is a Reaper and of the dark element and has the undead vibe going. And if I ever do get steel-plated Hoodsickle, which I would like, we'll come in and we will put him on the top path. because I just cannot see that funky green color looking cool, anywhere near as cool as standard Hoodsickle does with That's a Swell Gravity Well. So hopefully I can do that. I can get him unboxed and kind of introduced, and then we'll upgrade him. And if we feel like playing with a scythe, we'll put steel plated on, and if we feel like playing with gravity wells, we'll come in and we'll stick on standard Hoodsickle. So that's my logic on the scenario. But that said, I want to know from you, which path do you prefer for Hoodsickle and why? If you have steel plated and standard Hoodsickle, which one did you put on which path and for what reason? Or is it a situation where you think one path is so much better than the other that you put steel plated and standard on that same said path? Some people do that. Most people, I believe, if you've got an alt deco involved, whether it's a legendary, nitro, mystic, whatever it may be, mystical, I should say. I'm the mystic, they're the mystical. But people tend to be like, okay, I'm going to put this one on the top path, this one on the bottom path. But there are people that I've talked to, and it's like, well, no, I like that path better, so they're both on that one. So I like to know these sorts of things. I like to log it and make a note of it. I will have polls up on the Skylander Club forum, skylanderclub.com. I've got some now. Anyone can vote. You do not have to be a registered member. If you would like to comment, feel free to register. I created the site, I run the forum, I made it for you. Take advantage of it, enjoy it, have some fun. That is why I created it, for Pete's sake. So I want people to use it and enjoy it and interact with other Portal Masters, have a good time. Life is difficult enough. This is something you can have fun with, and hopefully that helps you do just that, like these videos hopefully do. Hopefully they help you make the best. Because like I said, it is a pain to reset your character, get the money, go back to the shrine, yada yada yada. So if you don't care about spoiling things for yourself and you watch these videos, you can say, hey, I really liked the top path, or That's a Swell Gravity Well is the path for me, by golly. And you can take it and save yourself a lot of time, and I hope it helps you out. That's why I make these. But oneofwisdom.com is a personal website. Follow me on Twitter. I will always tweet before I live stream. Whether I stream on Twitch or Beam, follow me on both. Bonus brick in the Wall of Wisdom, we will go with hashtag Swell Well. Hashtag Swell Well will get you a terrific bonus brick in the Wall of Wisdom. Wall of Wisdom is something I do in my Wisdom Plays Minecraft series, sort of the spiritual successor to Xbox One Solo Survival. It's on the PC, and I basically am building a wall, and you're helping me along the way. It's an in-game shout-out for you. You're forever immortalized, barring creepers or endermen, or some combination thereof. I will attempt to rebuild if something catastrophic were to happen. I might leave holes for character, I don't know. But how long, how tall, how far, how wide, how crazy the Wall of Wisdom gets is entirely up to you. You can have however many bonus bricks you want. You can also become a Scholar of Wiisdom. More information on all that down below in the description box. But I'm pretty content with this bottom path. It's one of those things. It's like Warnado. The reason he appealed to me was uniqueness. Terrafin, super unique. Ghost Roaster at the time, incredibly unique. Jetvac showed up, super unique. I've got a thing for Skylanders that are unique. Something we've never seen before, something different, unique abilities, whatever they may be. This is pretty cool. It does have similarities, I would say, to a couple of upgrades I can think of, but the concept in and of itself, given his profession of a Reaper, very, very, very interesting, and I think it suits him pretty good. So really you can't go wrong with either path. It just depends on your playstyle, really. If you prefer the gravity well, take this path. If you prefer just spamming the scythe, take the top path. And that's really all there is to it. Sadly, the dash didn't ever really get anything done for it. I feel like the dash would have made an excellent soul gem if they would have had like a 4th and a 5th hit, or upped, the 46, 59, 73 and added a final type of a thing where he like pops up out of the ground with a scythe. That's kind of what I had envisioned. Not from Scythe-Nado, but just when I was thinking, oh cool, Hoodsickle is going to be a playable villain. I sort of, based on his bio and mysterious and undead and Reaper, just dash, sort of go underground, if you will, night shift teleportation sort of a vibe, and then he just comes up with the scythe and, slices someone's head off, or, not graphically, but, numerically through attack damage. That's kind of what I had picked, and I think that would have been a better Soul Gem than Scythe NATO. For the simple fact, number one, it's very similar itself to the Sky Chi power, and number two, it basically screws Warp Pulse over. It makes it kind of like, why did I have this? Because now I have it again. It's just in a better, longer duration or something. Nonetheless, I'll quit rambling. I need to try to work towards making these videos shorter. But apologies about the rant at the beginning, but hey, it's late night, that's what I do, and you're probably used to it. Some of you probably know to skip about 5 to 8 minutes forward if you want to get straight into the action, but we try to do a good job of documenting everything. I don't think we've got much competition, because I think we're the only ones that do it, but be on the lookout. His spreadsheet will be hitting Skylander Club Forum, oneofwisdom.com, pretty soon. And like I said, thanks so much for watching. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving if you're in America. Otherwise, I hope you had a great Thursday and weekend and whatnot. Whenever you see this video, it'll probably be sometime shortly after Thanksgiving, I would assume. I'm probably not back yet, but hey, I'm probably having a good time somewhere. Hope you are too. That said, sorry for rambling. It's 4:20 in the morning, so I'm pretty tired. That said, stay tuned. Much more in the way of Skylanders Imaginators research is coming your direction.